Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Happy Thursday, and we have got a lot of news coming today. It's probably going to be a double upload kind of day because we have got the arena changes going live. You can see the Platinum and Gold 5 points have been updated and changed. We're getting some adjustments to some of those PvP quests and progress missions that are tied to the arena. We are also getting news on the 10X, and then on top of that, we're going to be getting some new champions released a little bit later today. They're going to be coming to the normal and hard Doom Tower. We're getting 6 new champions, and we're going to go over their kit live as well, but we'll probably do a double upload to prevent having one like 45-minute video. So let's get you all caught up on the context of what is going on in terms of the arena changes and the 10X coming for this weekend. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first up, let's get you the announcement coming through today. Hey folks, we've examined the classic arena and prepared a bunch of improvements this week to make our primary PvP experience more smooth. To properly describe the incoming changes, we've decided to shift our raid digest to 1 day earlier. Here we go. Okay, so fix against discrepancy about win and lose points rate. Many raiders struggle to maintain their position in arena gold tiers because too often a victory would bring far fewer points than a defeat strips away. We tweaked the point distribution system to reduce this discrepancy, so you no longer need to ensure an annoyingly high win rate compared to the arena points due to loss, even occasional defeats. Okay, so basically a long-winded way of saying they're going to be changing how points are distributed on wins and losses to make it a little bit easier to kind of maintain if you're an active player and stay at the rank that you're at, maybe losing less points for defeats basically. Then we've got matchmaking fixes. We've adjusted the matchmaking algorithms in bronze and silver to be more attuned to the account's current capabilities, so the players face more feasible opponents in the list for targets on offense. Furthermore, an additional alteration is introduced into the system to prevent players from dropping through tiers too fast in case they get attacked too frequently. Okay, yeah, we kind of knew that one was coming, and we'll have to see how that plays out. It's hard to know until we see it live, because I know some of you have shown me screenshots and stuff of what even Bronze 1 looks like with Siffy, Duchess, Tormund, Krisk teams and stuff. So we'll have to see if that ends up being a good thing and gets implemented correctly. Then lowering of arena tier thresholds, and this is going to be actually the first time, I believe. I've been doing content on Raid since basically the beginning, and I don't believe they've ever adjusted the points required for any of the arena tiers. So I believe this is the first time in Raid history for doing this, and really lets you know it is some sort of a hot fix for sure. So they're going to decrease the threshold to get into Gold 5 from 3,500 to 3,200, and you can see I have actually got this pulled up live over here. You can see it is already, this part of it is already live in the game, where Platinum has gone down a little bit, and then Gold 5 has gone down a little bit. They are already 3,200 and 3,500 respectively, but it walks you through it right here, and then also for Platinum dropping it from 38 to 3,500, making arena tiers more accessible. We'll have to see. Again, we don't know like the percent distribution and how the defeat losses and win versus defeat adjustments have taken place. I'll go ahead and work hard towards grinding up to Gold 5, and I was in Gold 5 before, just to kind of see what it was like and experience it. I'll let you know if it's easier now, harder now, and all that. I'll get you the context on that as I kind of work my way up into it. Then we've got overhaul of several arena-related progress missions. A lot of you will love to hear this. We want the arena missions to be not to be a roadblock, but rather a reasonable challenge so that players' efforts in developing their accounts may be rightfully rewarded. Here's a list of the progress missions that will change. So we're basically taking these ones that are reach Gold 1, Gold 2, Gold 3, and Gold 4, making them a little bit more accessible. They're going to be changed to Silver 3, Silver 4, Gold 1 instead of Gold 3, and then simply earn 200 victories in the arena of any tier instead of having to reach Gold 4, because yeah, like I understand it is pretty rough when you tie account progress missions to PvP content. It leaves a salty bad mouth or bad taste in players' mouths when you do that. So it's good to make these a little bit more accessible, especially with the state that arena has kind of been in recently. If you're stuck on one of those missions, this is your finest hour to overcome that obstacle. On top of that, the first 3 missions will become retroactive. That's good news. So once you've reached the stipulated tier, there's no need to prove your PvP excellence again. While those missions encourage you to develop your champs and teams, the mission about 200 victories is here to motivate you to strengthen your Great Hall. So that one will not be retroactive. So yeah, the get 200 victories is not retroactive, but the top 3 they will be, as long as you have gotten to Silver 3, Silver 4, and Gold 1. Then please keep in mind, the announced mission changes will appear in game with a distinct patch down the road. And then we got a little bit of news of Clan vs. Clan. The upcoming CVC tournament will feature personal rewards, so ready your tomes, shards, and resources. A tough fight is coming. And by the way, your next CVC should be here in about 4 or 5 days, next Tuesday, early in the week. And then that's all for today's digest. It's time to get back into the game. We'll keep a close watch on the arena experience. Take care. Okay, so we can put that away. All in all, I think it's mostly good changes in terms of a hot fix. I don't know how well this is going to do it at addressing the long-term issues. We'll have to see how the win versus defeat points distribution and how the percentage of the players kind of shaking out is going to actually go live, and we'll just have to kind of see how things end up shaking out with all of that and monitor it. Like I said, I'll keep you up to date on my progress through that as well, but at least it's a quick hot fix here within a couple days, because we've had a lot of situations. I mean, there's still, oh no, we do have someone in Platinum Arena. There you go. So we do have one person in Platinum Arena that is making it. So I wonder if this week's Platinum reset is gonna get up to the full 500, or if it's gonna be nobody again. Gonna be interesting to see how the top of the arena is gonna shake out after these changes. And in terms of the shards and summoning events, we did just have 2x sacreds last weekend, as you know, which means the next in the rotation is going to be void shards, because it goes ancient, sacred, void. So this week we're going to have some sort of 10x that I'm going to go over here in just a second, and then next weekend we should 99% likelihood get 2x void shards. And the champions that are going to be in the 10x that takes place this weekend is going to be Ursaga Warcaller, Tamasia, Lady Kimmy, Netheril, and then the epics are going to be Tuhok the Wanderer, Sylar, Stag Knight, and Sir Artemage, who is a new epic you might not recognize. But now I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis on these 8 different champions in the 10x. First up, we've got Ursaga Warcaller. Now she is a newer champion to the game. I think like about a year ago she was added to the roster, but a very good HP tank with ally protection, block active on the default here, strengthen, a passive that decreases some damage from critical hits, but it's mostly an ally protection type of passive. So yeah, I think she has maybe been tumbling down a little bit in terms of how the community perceives her strength, but she's still a very solid tanky champion for sure. Tamasia, similar to Ursaga, is a newer void legendary that is pretty cool. Has AoE HP burn on a booked up 3-turn cooldown, which is super rare, and also places it for 3 turns. You can also do some stun and some decreased speed. You've got A1 defense break. I mean, Tamasia, just a very solid damage dealer that can really kind of crank out damage in Spider, Hydra, even nuke in the arena or something. So a pretty generally useful damage dealer. Next is Lady Kimmy, and I think this is probably going to be the crown jewel of this 10x, the most sought after one in this champion pool. Lady Kimmy is amazing, has one of the best kits on paper in the game, just so much general utility, a speed aura in the Doom Tower, a passive. Whenever this champion places a debuff on enemy, also decrease their turn meter, and she places tons of debuffs. Also, when the champion or an ally receives a debuff, we're going to fill their turn meter, so we're constantly getting turn meter. Then we've got remove 1 random buff from each enemy, so we're getting AoE buff strip, and then also a booked up 100% chance of placing block buffs for 2 turns. So amazing in the arena or somewhere like the Hydra, where you've got to keep that consistent block buffs. But besides that, we're going to also fill the turn meter of all allies and place increased accuracy and increased speed. So what a ridiculous ability here. AoE buff strip, block buffs, accuracy up, speed up. Like, I mean, it's just ridiculous. So it books to a 4-turn cooldown, because if it was a 3-turn cooldown, it would be like even more bonkers. Then we've got this one here, is going to be an AoE, decrease accuracy and decrease speed, and then also decrease turn meter. So we're getting both sides of accuracy and speed. We're going to be lowering theirs, increasing ours. On both accuracy and speed, which are 2 very important stats. So yeah, Lady Kimmy, very, very impactful champion. She's also got a default that is going to attack the enemy with the highest turn meter besides who she targets, and will also attack the same enemy twice if the initial target does meet that qualifier. The second hit will have a chance of decreasing turn meter as well, and she's also got one of the highest base speeds in the game at 115. So Lady Kimmy is definitely a super amazing champion to add to your roster. And the last legendary is Netheril. Netheril can be fun. He's got AoE, stun, and decreased speed if you don't place the stun. Plus a massive, one of the best AoE turn meter suppression abilities in the game. And then he has also got a triple hitter with some poison. So it's not like Netherill's bad or anything. I just don't see him get a lot of hype or get used a ton as much as you would think based on the kit and the turn meter suppression. So it's not like he's bad. He just doesn't seem to be like some super amazing legendary. Then for the epics, we have got Tuak the Wanderer. Now, he's actually not that bad. He's pretty good for Orc Faction Wars, especially. He's got the AoE decreased speed, which is always great to bring in any sort of context like Faction Wars where you're facing a bunch of your normal mobs. And then he's also got a lot of turn meter suppression here on the A3, especially to help you with the boss fight and stuff. So yeah, Tuak is probably an above average epic and definitely helpful if you haven't finished the Orc Faction Wars yet. And then with Sylar, it's starting to become clear that the theme of this 10X is going to be some of that turn meter suppression, because Sylar has one of the best abilities in the game for that. You've got the AoE decreased speed and also AoE turn meter down by 40%. I thought she was one of the most underrated champions in Raid Shadow Legends. Back when I was a newer player, I did like a video of the top 10 most underrated champions. Sylar would have been one of those champions in that video because she's also got the AoE A1, and she's also going to decrease accuracy, which back then was a super rare thing to place on opponents. So yeah, I think Sylar definitely has a lot of utility, and and again, just like Tuak, she's amazing in Faction Wars. And good old Stag Knight. The thing I always say about Stag Knight is when I do an account takeover for a progressing account, one of the first champions I look to see if they have is Stag Knight, because he's just so ridiculous for general utility progression on an account. He's kind of like an apothecary. He's one of those like early game staple champions that you can just put in every team and try to help progress your account. The A1 at decreased speed is amazing. He's used in a lot of your end game Fire Knight teams. Great for targeting in the Hydra to throw off the Hydra's rotation. And then this ability here is going to bring both toughness and damage to your team by decreasing attack and defense of the enemy. And then a passive here that makes your debuffs a little bit more consistent, which is why again, it's kind of a utility for those accounts that are progressing. And his base stats are awesome as well with the 107 base speed. So yeah, definitely one of the top 10 most generally useful epics to a new account for sure. In the last epic is going to be a new one to the game, Sir Artemage. Now, he's got a really cool A1. We got a multi-hitter that places both defense break and decreased speed. So, could be great for those Faction Wars boss fights, or if you are in dungeon progression as a new player. That would be a really cool ability to have on an A1 to kind of help you out in those more single target scenarios. He's got like a nuking ability here that'll cleanse himself. It's a 3-turn cooldown, and it doesn't place any debuffs or anything. So, then he's got a single hitter that'll hit pretty hard and ignore some defense while also kind of buffing himself. So I don't know, he's like a slightly above average epic. I would say the main calling card for him is this A1 here. So yeah, to wrap up the 10X, you've got Ursaga Warcaller, Tamasia, Lady Kimmy, Netheril, Tuak, Sylar, Stag Knight, and Sir Artemage. So you guys know the drill by now. The way I feel about 10Xs is 90-something% of you, I think it makes more sense to wait and be disciplined to hold off for a 2X event. But I would say for this one here, if you're a progressing account and you don't have Stag Knight, it'd be worth pulling a few shards maybe to try and get Stag Knight during this 10X, because he is such an amazing progression champion for some of you that are still out there kind of early game, mid game. I like to use 10Xs as an opportunity to chase some of those super impactful epics like Stag Knight, Maneater, stuff like that, because it's a little bit more realistic to attain epics and get more procs at hitting that 10X effect, and hopefully getting yourself a Stag Knight. As far as the legendaries, Lady Kimmy is awesome. She's probably the best one of the 4, or at least the most desired one of the 4 among the raid player base. But again, for the vast majority of you, I would recommend hold off and wait for 2X events. But I do bet you we see some of those kind of end game higher tier players that don't have Lady Kimmy maybe YOLOing a few shards, because she is definitely an amazing champ. Also, really quick, we've got the Nari, the Lucky Fragment event coming to a close. You can see that I am at 95 out of 100. I'm going to finish that today. All I got to do is get in there and do the artifact enhancement to scoop up the 5 fragments in there, and then poof, we are done. And I can jump in and do some testing for you guys, maybe get an infographic, and sometimes I like to do those YouTube shorts where we just get like a quick video out on some general masteries and kind of show their animations and maybe some base stat targets. So we'll see about cranking out a few videos like that to help you out for those of you that are getting Nari the Lucky soon, like I am. But important to know that we are getting some of this stuff coming to a close, and most of you should be getting pretty close to getting the fragments for him pretty soon here. Because as you can see, if we pull up the Nari fragment calendar, right here is where we are, Thursday, April 7th. And you can see that right now with this artifact enhancement event, it is going to be the last thing to come out and be released as part of the fragments, which is why I said you want to make sure you're getting pretty close to being done here. And you're going to be focusing on getting the champion training done and also the artifact enhancement, and that will round out the Nari fragments. So hopefully you're able to get enough to scoop him up and kind of be claiming that either today or tomorrow. Now, worth noting, you could wait to claim him. Just a quick reminder to wait until the next champion chase, where you can kind of double dip some points for CVC or one of these events where you get points for champion chase and stuff like that. So just something you want to keep in mind for your account in case you really don't need him right away. As far as the tournament's going on, it's going to be mostly par for the course besides the stuff that it's finishing up Nari. You've got your tag arena tournament. Going to be perfectly normal, nothing to really talk about. The champion training, make sure you are getting the 5150 on the far right if you need it, and hopefully none of you have to compete for fragments in the top two, because champion training can be a little bit rough in terms of doing that. Then tomorrow we'll have a normal Ice Golem tournament that isn't part of the fusion or anything. And then today, like I said, the event to focus on is definitely going to be that artifact enhancement to scoop up the 5 fragments that you see over here at 3,500 on Nari, making sure you get to there. And then this summon rush, this is going to be a countdown to when the 10x that we just went over is actually going to launch in game. And then we'll have the dungeon divers coinciding with that new Ice Golem tournament as well. But most of that stuff's going to be perfectly normal, and you're not going to be missing out on fragments or anything super crazy. We can touch on the offers really quick here. I know this video is already kind of getting long for a wrap-up video, so I'll just quickly see if there's anything super noteworthy. The multi-battle pack, I've plugged this in hundreds of times. It ends up grading out to being worth about $7 or $8. So basically, you have to ask yourself if the multi-battles right here, if 150 multi-battles is worth like $2 or $3 to you. If it is, it's not that bad of an offer, but it does come over time instead of coming all at once. This silver pack string, they like to do this for the artifact enhancement events, but it's not a good purchase in my eyes. The monthly pack grades out as about a 2.5. It's usually a decent one. These ones grade out about the same. They're not a bad purchase if you need some of this res here, just kind of as a general thing that's available super often. The skill pack, it doesn't end up being super great value, maybe for high spenders that are going after legendary tomes or something, but I don't think it's good value personally. And then the speed set, this usually only makes sense for those high spenders that are really focused on getting as many triple rolls as possible to be competitive in arena, but for 99% of you, I would say no. The Jade Serpent skin is going to be coming to a close here in a couple days. It looks like about, from the polling I've done on stream and YouTube and stuff, it looks like somewhere around like 0.5 to 1% of players are buying this, and most people feel it should have been priced around $10 or $15 for them to jump in and buy it. So most of you probably didn't buy it, and in my opinion, $50 is a little bit too much for a skin. But there was somebody that wanted me to plug in the gem progress pack that I saw in the comment sections, and I haven't done that for a while, so let's go ahead and plug that in. Now, once you purchase the daily gem pack, it will look something like this. Then you'll just scroll through all the way till day 30, scooping up your rewards, and you get some nice little bumps. Like on day 1, you get 250. Down here, you get 200, and the last day you get 200 as well. And you can't really see it after you buy it, but this is what it looks like. You've got the 10 gems for 2,140 gems that you get over the course of 30 days. So let's go ahead and plug it in real quick. I know I haven't done it for a while. And boom, this is what it ends up looking like. $10 for the 2,140 gems that you get over the course of 30 days comes out to a 5.35. So as you can see, I had it purchased on my account, and that's my kind of offer. So yeah, if you're gonna spend money on Raid, it is one of the better offers and opportunities you're gonna get for kind of consistent value and gem acquisition in terms of spending money. So that is the breakdown of that. So whoever left that comment, I don't remember who it was, but I did see your request, and there you go. That is the quick breakdown of the daily gem pack. I hope that helps. So alrighty, let me know down below what you think about especially the arena changes and some of the champions in the 10x and all that. I really enjoy hearing your perspectives on things that are going to be changing in the game as well, because we talk about that in future videos and stuff. And if I can get time, we'll head on over to stream and we'll rate some of these new champions and tease them, these 6 new champions that are coming to the game. Or if I can't stream, I'll try to record a video and get that out later today, showing you all of those kits and giving you my live. I haven't read them yet. Give you my live reaction on trying to grade them and see if these champions are going to be worth it. It's always exciting when we get new champions coming to the game, and I will get a video out about that soon. Have a great rest of your Thursday. I will see you soon. As always, thank you for watching. Peace.